Top 10 Most Famous People in World History. 1. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809 to a modest family. Becoming orphan at an early age, Lincoln had a tough childhood as he would do labor and crack logs. But that wasn't the future which he were to settle for. His passion for knowledge led him to work hard and become a lawyer, which he did. Abraham Lincoln would definitely be on every list of 10 most famous people in world history. Lincoln was a quick thinker and a great debater. He stood for public office, and in 1854 he was elected to the House of Representatives. Although he lost the election, but his powerful speech against slavery made quite a headline in the nation, which caused him to be elected as Republican nominee for president in 1860. 2. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was born on January 17, 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky. He was named Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. after his father Cassius Marcellus Clay Sr. Later he changed his name to Muhammad Ali after accepting Islam in 1975. As a boxer, he won his first professional fight in Louisville, October 29, 1960. In his career he defeated many boxers like Tony Esperty, Jim Robinson, Donnie Fleeman, Alonzo Johnson, George Logan, Willie Bismanoff, Lamar Clark. Ali holds the title of Sportsman of the Century and has won World's Heavyweight Championship 3 times. In 1966, Muhammad Ali passed the Armed Forces test, but he refused to serve the United States Army in Vietnam War on the base of objection that war is against the teachings of the Holy Quran and we are not allowed to take part in any sort of war unless it is declared by Allah or the Messenger. 3. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein is probably the most influential scientist of the history. He is globally known for his work in various fields of physics and mathematics. Albert Einstein, the father of modern physics, will easily top any list of famous people in world history. Some of major achievements are listed below. 4. Anne Frank. Anne Frank's name emerged after the Second World War when her father discovered her diary, in which she wrote about the sufferings she and her family experienced during the Holocaust. In her diary she mentioned her utter desires and the pain she went through in such a young age. 2 years later, after the war ended, her father published the diary with the name Diary of a Young Girl. The diary became the most famous records of Holocaust. Her words were filled with depth of emotions. Readers were astonished by her writing skills and how she kept her optimistic point of view even in such horrendous time period. Anne Frank was born to a Jewish family in 1929, the same year the Nazis rose to power. Her father ran a successful business in Holland, but after Holland fell in the hands of Nazis in 1940, Jewish experienced immense trouble. Families were arrested and sent to concentration camps. Anne, along with her mother and sister, were sent to a different camp and her father to another. But unfortunately Anne, along with her sister and mother, died in the camp, suffering from disease and starvation. 5. Micheal Jackson. Micheal Jackson was born in Indiana in August of 1958. He died in 2009. During his time in the world, he broke every fame record. He sold maximum number of albums, gathered largest crowds, and maintained a massive fan following throughout the world. He was a true household name of the last century. Micheal Jackson will be included in every list of most famous people of 20th century. 6. J.K. Rowling. The writer of the most famous sold book series, Harry Potter, was born on July in 1965. She began showing her writing skills at a very young age of 6 when she wrote a story of a rabbit with measles. In 1990, while she was traveling from Manchester to London, Rowling came up with the idea of writing Harry Potter. It was a long journey and the train was delayed for 4 hours. Despite her enthusiasm for writing, she was too shy to ask for the pen during the journey. In 1996, her book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, was published by a small publisher, Bloomsbury, after being rejected by 12 publishing houses. It was at this time that the book sales started to take off, and it later led to the publication of 7 book series. 7. Adolf Hitler. If there is the one person that is the most famous as well as the most disliked person in the world, there is no doubt that 99 out of every 100 adults know him. Someone would really have to spend his life in a locked room to never have heard of this man. He was a German leader who went on to become the supreme leader when appointed head of the Nazi Party. He remained Chancellor of Germany from 1933 to 1945. He was directly responsible for starting World War II as he invaded Poland. He is the main figure of the Holocaust. 8. Gandhi. Gandhi is one of the most influential people in the history of the world. He also happens to be one of the most famous people of all time since he was a person of interest during the partition of Indo-Pak subcontinent. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was an idealist, someone who looked for happiness in simplicity of life and in complete harmony. He was devoted to total good. Here are some of his famous quotes. 9. Princess Diana. Princess Diana was probably the most famous person in the world during her lifetime. Even so many years after her death, she continues to influence people all over the world. The reason you see her in almost every list of most famous people in the world. Princess Diana did some wonderful things to help change the world. She was very talented and was ready to become a catalyst for the change. She died in a road accident. Her death surrounds various conspiracy theories. 10. Bruce Lee. Although Bruce Lee won't probably make it to every top list of the most famous people in the world, he still has a huge fan following to be added to this list. Bruce Lee statue in Hong Kong. Bruce Lee was the godfather figure of Kung Fu. He introduced the art the West in America. He wasn't just an entertainer, but he actually invented new ways of training for Kung Fu. He founded new ground fighting and standing styles. He is definitely one of the most famous people ever from Asia.